Welcome back. You are in business with me, Surabhi Upadhyay, and we have Jiju Vidadhar now joining in to talk about a CRISIL report which has come out ranking mutual funds in the country, and UTI Mutual Fund has come in at number 1. Jiju, I understand?
Yes.
Take us through, first of all, what dynamics you follow. How do you arrive at these rankings?
Sure. So we actually look at various categories of mutual funds, and again the objective really is to compare likes with likes. So for example, for equities we have a total of 4 categories: large cap, diversified, small and mid cap, and ELSS.
Okay.
And then there's a separate index category as well. So the objective really is to evaluate funds which follow a particular style. For example, for large caps, we look at funds which have an exposure to CRISIL defined large cap stocks over a sustained period of time. We look at a 3-year period, in fact, for that. Now, within different categories, we look at a mix of NAV, performance, and portfolio based attributes. The objective here again is to not just look at which is the fund that has generated the highest return, but also look at assessing what is the incremental risk that the fund manager has taken to deliver that return.
Okay.
So for example, for equity, we look at risk adjusted returns, we look at other factors such as liquidity, company concentration, and industry concentration.
So can you give me the top 3 rank holders both on the debt side and the equity side?
Okay, so within equities, and again it's the top 10 percentile of funds which get ranked. So in Toto we have a total of 46 funds which are ranked 1 across different categories. Within equities, for instance, within large cap, we have UTI Lifestyle Fund, UTI Opportunities Fund, BNP Paribas Equity Fund, and Quantum Long Term Equity Fund which are ranked 1.
Okay.
On the debt side, on the other hand, we have funds from SBI. So there's an income fund and a dynamic bond fund, and an IDFC dynamic bond fund which are ranked 1.
Okay, fair enough. What's been the trend? At least on the equity side, I know for sure that it's been a really tough year.
Right.
Inflows have been, hardly any. Lots of redemptions coming through and putting pressure on the sector. Is there any evidence that that's changing in the last month or so?
So, if you were to just correlate it with performance, the performance of funds and again has really been driven by the way the markets have been. They've been sluggish. So, even over the quarter gone by, which is the March quarter, what we have really seen is most equity funds, most equity categories for that matter, have really underperformed the benchmark as well, except small and mid cap, where the funds have been slightly better off. The returns as a whole are in negative territory, and to that extent, asset flow into equity is again very sluggish. But on the debt side, income and gilt funds have been doing very well, given the way the interest rates have been trending.
And typically, what's the ratio? I mean, how many times of equity are you seeing inflows in debt? Because that's where the action really is.
So, between equity and debt, equity would be roughly around 2 crores of 2 lakh crores of assets, and debt, while the numbers have risen considerably, income funds still continue to be a relatively smaller proportion of the asset pie if you were to compare it with equity.
And what's the
liquid or the shorter horizon funds are really what comprise the significant chunk of the debt AUM.
Okay, and finally, what's the trend? I mean, as you see the next couple of months unfolding, do you still expect the money to come into debt funds, or do equity funds stand a chance?
Okay,
now?
so if we actually look at the period post March, March end the 10-year was at 795. Today it is in the 735 territory. Yeah, 740 territory. So that's a considerable decline, and income funds would have definitely given a good amount of returns over this period.
Sure.
And at least for the next 1 to 2 months the trend continues. We can really hope to see pretty similar performance from income funds going forward, at least for the next 1 to 2 months. The big factor clearly is interest rates.
Interest rates, of course, determining factor. All right, Jiju, thanks so much
Thank
for joining in today. We're talking to you. Well, with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of the show. Thanks so much for watching.